Welcome to LuckyHRanch. We're going to be harvesting our lemons today, and we're going to make a whole bunch of yummy stuff with it. So let's get busy. This is our, hello, can everyone see me? This is our dwarf Meyer lemon tree, and it has just produced amazingly well the last couple of years. We've had it for, oh my goodness, a very long time. I would guess that this tree is probably 10 to 15 years old. And the first couple of harvests were very little. We didn't get very much at all. The Meyer lemon is a very sweet lemon. To me, it's almost in between a lemon and an orange. They're very juicy and have a very soft or thin peel on them. So if you're going to try and slice them, you need to use a knife, not any form of a slicer. And I need to get these all off because we are having a freeze, and it is up against the house, and I could put something over it to prevent them from freezing. But I also need to get them off because we are already in February, and I want the tree to have a little bit of a rest time before it starts blooming out. Now that I have all the lemons stripped off the tree, I'm going to take them on into the house and get them washed. They've got dirt and stuff all over them. We haven't sprayed them with any chemicals, but I do want to go ahead and wash the dirt off of them. We have the lemons brought into the house. We're going to go ahead and get them washed up. I'll put this bucket back out in the garage, and then this bucket I'm going to keep in the house because I'm going to be taking 5-month-old pictures of our grandson in the next week or two. So I'm not scrubbing them, I have them in cold water, and I'm just washing the dirt off of them very quickly, just giving them a very quick wash. And I know I mentioned about the bucket and that I was going to be taking pictures. I'm going to set our little 5-month-old inside of that bucket. That's going to be one of his poses. Uh-oh, there goes all the lemons. All right, so I remind you, we have already harvested half of the lemons since they ripened, and we just pick them off the tree as we need them. So this is all of what we have left. So I'm going to also harvest some rosemary, because one thing I am going to do with the lemons is I'm going to make a cleaner. I'm going to use the lemons after I've juiced them, along with some rosemary and vinegar. You can use all different kinds of things. You could use pine, any of the different pine trees that you have. But I have rosemary, and I really enjoy the smell of rosemary. And I believe rosemary is antibacterial. So it will be, oh, this one's kind of tough. It will be good to have in our cleaner. It smells so good. Not quite sure how much I'm going to have of lemons to know how much rosemary, but that's okay. If I don't use it, I'll dry it and package it up for some marinades or dry rub on a chicken. Let's go in and rinse these off. So while I was out harvesting the rosemary, I saw our lavender plants out there, and I thought, oh, that will be wonderful too. So I'm going to rinse some of that up so that I'll either add it in with the rosemary or make a separate one. I'm not sure yet. Lavender is a very soothing fragrance, as well as an antibacterial. before we start on the lemon stuff, I need to feed the tortoises. We have 2 large, I'll show them to you, tortoises. I'm not sure of their age, but they are older. We got them from a friend of ours who passed away, and they're sulcata tortoises. And they live forever. So, before she passed away, she said that she really wanted us to take care of them. Let me grab an apple. Throw an apple in here for them as well. They can't have too many fruits because of the sugar, but they do love an apple every now and then. So they're outside, and then we have 2 baby sulcata tortoises that are, my goodness, I think they're a year old already. And we're gonna feed them also. Let me get them some water. Lettuce was already cut up. All right. We have our baby sulcata tortoises over here. We have their heat lamp and a UV light on them. Look at them. Oh my goodness. So this is Sheldon. Oh, he is getting big and heavy. Hi, little guy. He's hiding in his shell there. That's Sheldon. We can really tell the difference because he has a little chip on his shell here. When we got him as a new baby, he was like that. And this is Gertrude and Sheldon. Welcome back again to LuckyHRanch. I was going to do all of the processing of the lemons yesterday. It was Valentine's Day, and you saw us harvesting the lemons, and we went out and got rosemary and lavender. And then we decided to go ahead and come in and have dinner and spend some time together for Valentine's Day. So, happy Valentine's Day yesterday, everyone. So we're going to process our lemons, and I am going to make a cleaner with the vinegar, lemon, rosemary, and some lavender. I'm also going to make lemon juice, a lemon extract, and dehydrated lemons. Today with me is my daughter Nicole, and she'll be in just a few minutes, and she's going to be processing lemons from her tree as well. My tree, again, is a dwarf Meyer, and Nicole's tree is a Meyer tree. Is yours a dwarf?
Yeah, I think so.
And we've been eating a lot of ours as they were ripe on the tree. She has a lot more lemons left than I do. So let's get started. One thing that I did want to point out, I'm not going to start slicing quite yet because I'm going to be making the juice and the lemon extract and the cleaner first. But yesterday I was trying a few things out, and for my dehydrated lemons, I wanted to use, and remind you, I've never done this before. I don't do a lot of canning. My daughter Nicole does do a lot of that type of stuff. So this is my first time processing the lemons, but I didn't want to lose them again because in the years past, we've had so much go to waste. So I tried to use this thing of mine that I have in a drawer. What is this thing called?
A mandolin?
A mandolin. And when I was slicing the lemons, this is what they turned out to look like. All these little tiny pieces. These are not going to be good for dehydrating. So I called my daughter Nicole in a panic. What am I supposed to do? And she says, oh, Mom, no. You cannot use that with our type of lemon. These are Meyer lemons, and they're way too juicy and the skin is way too soft. You're going to have to use a regular knife and hand slice them. Okay, that's what I will do then. So I'm going to get started with the lemon extract. Super simple. I'm going to use a peeler, and you need to be gentle because you only want to get the rind off, the peel. You don't want to get the pith. The pith is the white part inside here. And that was my granddaughter, Ariana. If you watch any of our videos, you'll see that she's in some of those videos and helping around with the animals. Anyways, I am not going to be wasting any part of this lemon because I'm going to get the juice out for the lemon juice that I want to make. And then all the leftovers are going to go into a jar that I'm going to make a cleaner out of. I'm guessing I'm going to need to peel maybe 7. I don't know. Since these are Meyers, they're a little bit smaller, so maybe I'll have to do more than that.
How old do you think that your tree is?
I guessed like 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Because you gave that to me for Mother's Day or my birthday.
Yeah, I think it was Mother's Day, and I mean, it was a while back. So I
was trying to think if Madison was born yet.
The tree that I have, I think, is probably 4 years old. So it's still trying to get established, but I just thought I would show everybody the variants in the lemons on our tree this year. We have some huge and some tiny, and all in between. Yours are pretty consistent, I feel like.
Yeah, there are some that are smaller, but...
So Mom just harvested hers yesterday, whereas I harvested, it's been, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 days. And at the time, I was just so proud of my lemons, which I guess I still am, but they are not as perfect as Mom's. I don't know. Mine have little marks and whatnot, very imperfect, which is fine. It's not going to affect the flavor. And then also, they don't seem to be as smooth. I don't know if they can even see this. I do want to show them though. It probably would have been a better idea to hold off harvesting until we were ready to process. But Mom's, the skin is very smooth, whereas mine, it's very bumpy. So I'm thinking that's because it's been several days, and I actually had them all just stacked in a 5-gallon bucket. But they also have little discolorations and stuff, which Mom's is kind of in like this protected area. Wouldn't you say, Mom?
Yeah, I was talking about that a little bit when we were harvesting them because it's supposed to freeze in the next couple of days.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so that's one of the reasons I wanted to get the lemons off. Plus, because the blooms, it's going to start blooming, and I wanted to give the tree a rest before they bloomed. But where it's at, it's warmer because it's up against the house.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, did you tell them about the vent right there?
Right, and the vent for my dryer.
I didn't think about that.
Is right there also. When we've had a lot of freeze and hard freeze, I have gone out and put a light towel over it, which helps protect it even a little bit more.
Mine is in the back corner of the yard, and it's underneath a pine tree. Definitely not protected in any way. And so I don't know if some of these little markings are because of being underneath that ginormous pine tree with things dropping, or I don't know. And I have had 1 year where I got literally not one lemon. And that was, it should have already been producing. And I think that it didn't because I hadn't harvested early enough. I left my lemons on too long because I just wanted to use them, fresh as I needed them.
Yeah.
Because they'll hold on that tree like a long time.
Yeah, that's what we've done.
But I think I didn't get them off in time for the tree to properly maybe recoup and then put proper bud formation out. And so now ever since then, I'm like, okay, let's hurry up and get these off of there. Although I can say I left about a dozen on the tree so that I can enjoy the contrast between the contrast between the green and the yellow, like to be able to have that citrus look. But yeah, as I need them, I'll pull them off, and I don't think that'll really affect the tree moving forward.
Okay, I've started filling my jar. I'm just using a small pint jar. I think I'll peel one more lemon. I have like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. This is going to be, I think, my 16th lemon. So much for the 7 or 8 lemons.
Oh, yeah. Are you even paying attention? So, are you just doing the one jar of the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't use lemon extract too much, but I do like lemon. And I thought I have some of these, so I might as well try it. All right, so here's the lemon peels. And this is only 2 ingredients. The lemon, the rind of the lemon peels, and vodka. So, there we go. So you're supposed to fill this up and cover the lemon peels all the way up with the lemon. I'm gonna go ahead and poke down in there a little bit because there's gonna be air spots that I want the vodka to, this vodka is strong. Did I actually want to get the lemon? I know I have a sharp knife. I wasn't poking them. I was just trying to move them around.
So I would say yours is probably going to turn out, well, not that I know how mine turned out because it's still sitting in a jar a year later, but I would think that yours is going to be very strong. Oh. Because that seems to be quite a bit. So I had zested mine, and I have in a quart jar maybe only like an inch tall of zest.
Oh.
So, which, you look at different recipes and they're all a little different. So
yeah. So I'm going to wipe the rim of this jar off.
So what are you planning to do with the peels after it's done soaking? Are you trashing them, or is there something?
What should I do with them?
I don't know what you can do
because they're going to be soft.
Yeah.
I assume I could probably cut them up and put them into a drink, like a lemon drop or something like that.
Or I wonder if you can use them to make the sugared, what is it called? Sugar peels or whatever.
Oh, the candy?
Because that, I think you cook it to make it soft.
Oh.
I don't know.
So another thing, using the vinegar and the vodka, I've heard that you should use plastic lids. So I purchased some plastic lids and I'm going to put it on there. So you keep this in a dark, cool area, such as the pantry. And every couple of days, you should go ahead and just kind of shake it up a little bit. Oh, I can still see some air bubbles in there. Just to get it all mixed up, and we'll leave it in there for 1 to 3, 4 weeks, and then we can
1
strain.
to 3, 4.
We could strain it off of the lemon peels, and then we'll have our lemon extract.